What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Celio's Network for round 5 of my gameplay from the Sunday Open tournament on May 10th, 2020 that I played Dragapult VMAX Malamar in. At this point in the tournament, I am 3-1 going into round 5 versus Vinny. And yeah, so make sure you check out the previous rounds and the future rounds on the deck profile. It'll all be in a playlist in the description down below if you're interested in that. Also, shout out to PotownStore.com, my sponsor. Use code Celio for 5% off on ptcgo codes over there. And also, quick mention of my Patreon at patreon.com/Celios Network if you're interested in supporting my content and getting some benefits like premium articles and deck advice. So let's get into the gameplay here. I believe I'm playing against Baby Blounds this round with a bit of an awkward start. I got Galarian Zigzagoon and Inkay in my hand. I'm going to start the Galarian Zigzagoon since it is a Pokemon I don't really mind scoop up netting, so I can just replace something else with it, but really horrible start here. So attach to Zigzagoon with a Psychic Energy and pass. I have Marnie for next turn, so that's something I can evolve Malamar, but no turn 1 Dragapult V. That's not great. So my opponent is Pokecomming away a Ninetales V for Heatran GX here. Using Heat Factory to draw 3 cards. Getting Welder. Okay, this might actually be this might be Firebox. I might be mistaken. I'm trying to remember if this was Baby Blounds or Firebox, but my opponent Welders to the Heatran, so they can actually get a knockout here on the Zigzagoon turn 1. Putting down a Victini Prism there, a Cramorant. Okay, now it's looking more like Baby Blounds. Quick ball away an Eldegoss for a Dedenne. Really going in for the energy and switch. Nope, okay, we got switch there. And Dedenne, so no more energy. So they had the switch, but not the energy. There's the energy to Steaming Stomp. 130 and taking a prize card to start the game off on turn 1 there. Pretty aggressive start. We have Evolve Malamar into Marnie. We could dump all this with Research. Research might be the way to go just to draw more cards because like we want to get something happening, but looks like I decided to Marnie and it'll be okay. Yeah, we got Guru, we got Treasure, we got Dedenne, so it's looking pretty good here. Hopefully off the Dedenne we can get the Malamar out of the active spot though. So we're going to grab a Dragapult V here with Mysterious Treasure. Attach energy to Dedenne. I did not need the Psychic Recharge here, unless I'm not Dedenneing yet. No, I am. Okay, there was no reason to Psychic Recharge there. Zero reason. And switch into Jirachi, so that's great. This turn went really, really well for me. A Marnie could be nice as another option of supporter next turn. I might not need a Marnie though. Scoop up that gets the Jirachi out of the active. So I think I like Scoop Up Net here. And there we go. It looks like I'm choosing Scoop Up Net. Yeah, okay. I think that's the correct choice. And I have also not used Oranguru yet. Let's see what I'm doing with this quick ball. Potentially getting rid of Boss's Order. I'm not sure why I would play the quick ball here though. I don't think I should play the quick ball. Maybe am I getting Marshadow to get rid of Heat Factory? If so, I think that's a solid play. So I'm going to quick ball away the Boss's Order. I think I'm getting Marshadow here. No, I'm not. I'm getting Dragapult V. I'm getting a second Dragapult V. Oh, okay. I guess I'm worried that they... Okay, I like this, actually. I understand it now. So, they could go like attach energy. No, they couldn't knock out my Dragapult V. I don't know what I was thinking. I was worried about my Dragapult V getting knocked out, but they couldn't do that with this setup because they would need a welder and a boss's order. So yeah, I should have just gotten Marshadow Resetting Hole there and taken care of the Heat Factory, so I could potentially brick them off this Marnie a little harder. The Fire Energy wouldn't be a draw out for them if I did that. So quick ball away a Tapu Fini for a second to Dedenne. This is a really teched out list, so I don't think we've seen a Baby Blacephalon yet. So it still could be a Firebox. I'm really not sure here. So the GX attack happens on the Dedenne there. Taking 2 prizes, going down to 3 prizes. So a really solid lead here. Really solid lead from Vinny, but it could easily swing into my direction since he's used his GX attack. I'm about to get a beefy VMAX online. Steaming Stomp only does 130. I can just heal that away with Malolana. So there's a lot of comeback potential here, but definitely a nice lead from Vinny here. Okay, so I have options here. Lots of things to do. I probably want to Stellar Wish before research. I also probably want to attach that Horror Energy to my Dragapult V with no energy on it. So here's the Stellar Wish. Giant Bomb looks pretty good, but I think I go with the Mysterious Treasure here. I'm going with the Giant Bomb. Interesting. Because they're not dealing a lot of damage to me anymore. I guess the Victini Prism could potentially, or of course they could get a Baby Blown or another attacker, but I think I should have... Yeah, I should have went with Mysterious Treasure there. I'm not sure what I was looking for. Yeah, this line of play is very, very weird. I definitely should have gotten the treasure away the basic psychic energy, attach, scoop up net, and maybe I didn't realize that they used their GX attack. Or oh, I guess I really wanted Marnie. Was I really digging that hard for Marnie? I guess I was. Okay, so I really valued the Marnie there. I think I overvalued Marnie, and I definitely valued Giant Bomb for no reason there. So Giant Bomb, absolutely horrible decision, but I didn't get punished. You know, never punished here on Celio's network. So we got the reset hole, we got the VMAX, we got the switching out for a Jirachi, and we got to Marnie them. So we really high rolled that. I played poorly. We put our opponent in a bad position. The Giant Bomb, I think I didn't realize their GX attack was used. Like that's the only thing I can think of as to why I would want Giant Bomb there. It just didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Or at least why I wanted it like so strongly over a Mysterious Treasure. And looks like we're going to put some damage on the Victini, I think. Yeah, so we'll put all 5 on Victini. I don't hate that. And I noticed they're playing Pokemon Communication, so I do think this is Firebox, not Baby Blowns. Just attach Steaming Stomp. Now that's what you like to see after a Marnie. So I think here I should check my discard to see if I'm playing if I have any Malolana in the discard pile, so I can potentially Mind Report for the Malolana. That would be very good. Or I could Boss's Order I could boss's order the Jirachi potentially and knock out the Heatran and the Jirachi, or I could knock out any combination of Jirachi, Victini, Heatran. I can knock out 2 of them. So here we're going to Mysterious Treasure for Dragapult VMAX. And Quick Ball for Mind Report Mewtwo. But now the issue here is that I don't have any other cards on my hand, so this was definitely a misplay. I got Mind Report Mewtwo, but I don't have a card in my hand to put back with Oranguru to actually get the supporter card I'm choosing with Mewtwo. So this was a mistake here. We got ourselves a classic misplay on the board. So we're going to retreat this Dragapult VMAX and Psychic Recharge to the bench one we just retreated with. And we're going to go ahead and max Phantom. Knocking that out and knocking out Victini. So they do get to send the Jirachi up and use Stellar Wish. And if I had sequenced correctly, I could have gotten Mewtwo first, had something to put on top so I can get boss's order and knock out the Jirachi and the Jirachi and the Heatran, or the Jirachi and the Victini. But maybe it's better to just get both attackers off the board. Knocking out Heatran and not the Victini would mean that there's extra energy in the discard for Victini, and then knocking out Victini but not the Heatran would mean that there's extra energy on the board for a potential Turtonator, which could be a problem. Now this Cramorant can do 160 to my benched Dragapult VMAX here, 160, so putting it up to 290, which would not be enough for a knockout. But they don't have enough energy. So just going to be a beak catch here, searching their deck for any 2 cards. Which, that could be a potential issue. But we do have Mewtwo in our hand. So we can just grab Marnie and mess up whatever they beak caught for. So yeah, probably going to be a Mind Report for Marnie here. Oranguru to go grab it. Maybe bench the Jirachi and put the board on him. We're going to throw an Inkle back on top of the deck. Yeah, here's the Jirachi. There's the board. Good, good, good. Marnie getting some new cards, putting whatever they searched their deck for at the bottom of their deck, not where they want it to be. Our energy to the active. Since we don't have any, we don't really need energy anywhere else. We'll get a little extra damage, and maybe it could potentially matter somewhere down the line if this game was to have a little bit more development. But it looks like I'm in a really good position here. So the Jirachi is 1 damage counter away from being knocked out. I'm not sure if I discarded Zigzagoon this game. I know Zigzagoon got knocked out earlier, so I should have put 1 on Jirachi, 3 on the Dene, or 2 on Jirachi, 3 on the Dene. Since the Zigzagoon has been knocked out, then the 10 damage difference between Jirachi being knocked out or not doesn't matter. They got the Welder here, so a large hand. The Dedene's drawing them back up to a sizable hand here with actual options. We see a Blacephalon GX coming down. So yeah, this is definitely Firebox. Here's a Welder. So Mind Balloon could do 200 right now. If they have another energy, it could do 250. There's a Victini. So there are 5 energy on the board. They could do 250. They've already used the GX attack. And just going to be a bursting burn. So confuse and 20 for burn. I flip heads, burn is gone, but the confusion could be a little annoying. Now, a boss's order would win me the game, so I'm going to go ahead and thin out the deck here a bit. Unfortunately, I do not have a scoop up net in my hand, but either scoop up net or boss's order is a win for me. But I think I'm out of scoop up net. I had no more scoop up net in the deck, so there's only one card I could get off of Primate Wisdom that would win me the game here, and that is boss's order. There are no scoop up nets available. So here I definitely Primate Wisdom to see if I can get the one boss's order off the top of my deck. Let's see if it happens. And no, I don't get it. So I can swing here, but I'm confused. And they would knock me out. So I think I just have to retreat into a single prize Pokemon, because they only need one more energy on board to knock me out. So they could definitely do that. So I just have to hope they don't have... I think I just have to hope they don't have boss's order. So I'm looking here. There's a boss's order in the discard pile. I think there was also an Eldegoss in the discard pile. So a gust effect and they're out to a gust effect both in the discard pile, which is solid, but they do have a 5-card hand and a fairly small deck left. So this is definitely coming down to the wire here. I'm going to have to take a passive turn and just retreat into Jirachi, and if they don't win, then I win. So Stellar Wish, thinning out my deck a bit. Not that it matters, because like I said, if they don't win here, then I win. Just doing everything I can. Psychic Recharge. I don't want to give them an out to energy, because they need energy and Gust to win the game. So I should not play the Viridian down. Just going to keep thinning in case I get Marnieter stamped or something. And correct not to play the Viridian. Good. So let's see. Do they have Gust energy? Or they don't even need energy, because they could just attack the other Dragapult, the much more damaged one. So the Viridian wouldn't have mattered. So do they have Gust? That literally just Gust. And yeah, so they're down the Eldegoss, they're down the boss's order. So Giant Hearth and discard the Jirachi for it to grab 2 fires. But if they welder, they don't boss's order. And if they don't boss's order, they don't win, and then I win. Unless, of course, they have Stamp. They don't. They're just going to announce Mind Blown, and then I win with boss's order up Cramorant, knockout Cram, and Jirachi. And that's going to be the game. There it is. GG versus the Firebox. Some rough turns there from both of us in that match. I hope you all enjoyed this gameplay from the Sunday Open. Of course, information on the Sunday Open down in the description. And there should be a link to the playlist for all of the matches I played in the tournament and a deck profile. These will be uploading, so you might see this video and the matches after it aren't uploaded yet, but they will be uploading over the course of a day or two. So after about 24 hours after this video, I'd say most of the rounds, if not all of the rounds, should be up. And there will be a deck profile soon for the Dragapult VMAX Malamar list. This was actually a list featured in my newest article on my Patreon, talking about the Rebel Clash meta for Limitless Qualifier 3, my tier list, some of my choices, some of my lists, and things like that. And this was one of the lists featured in that. So, like I said, I hope you guys liked the video. Shout out PotonStore.com. As always, subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more content like this in the future. And I'll see you next time here on Celio's Network.